안녕하세요. 저는 아킬라입니다. Before this, I used to have 4 years experience of learning Japanese language and 10 years of learning Arabic language. And if I'm going to compare those languages with Korean language, it is very easy for me to say that Korean language is actually way easier than those languages. In Japanese, you have 3 writings that you have to remember, which is hiragana, katakana, and kanji. While in Korean, there is only one, so it is very easy for you to remember it. In Arabic, the grammar is actually quite complicated, while in Korean, the grammar is actually pretty straightforward and easy for you to understand and memorize it. Thus, it makes the Korean language easy for us to learn it together.
안녕하십니까? 저는 마레이시아 사람 하피입니다. So what can I say about the Korean language program is that it had exceeds my expectation. From my honest opinion and from my experience myself, most of the language classes that I had attended seems to be a little bit quite boring, and the surrounding atmosphere seems to be quite slow rather than the Korean language. So in this Korean language program, I expected it also to be like the other language, but it had exceeded my expectation due to the fact that I have great teachers such as Kiwon Songsenim, Park Ju-yong Songsenim, and Tiara Songsenim. I am grateful for them to teach me in a way that it is the most greatest language that I had ever learned throughout my whole life together as a student. And as an APU student, I will also like to thank FELDA for giving me this opportunity and the scholarship and allow me to learn this beautiful language throughout my whole journey as a student.
안녕하십니까? 저는 다니샤입니다. So Korea is a very well known with K-pop and K-drama. So I think being a fan of them really give me a better experience on learning Korean language as whole. So when I watch Korean drama or Korean variety show, I can even understand a little bit what they are talking about even without the subtitles. So I think I want to learn Korean language after this so that I can talk fluently in Korean.
안녕하세요. 저는 수다신입니다. APU 학생입니다. APU에서 한국어를 배웠습니다. So, what do I like most about the Korean language in APU is that it's mostly about the environment here in the class. Mostly the teachers, which is Kyuwon 선생님하고 배명숙 선생님 가르쳐 주셔서 수업이 너무 재미있었어요. The class has been very fun with all the teachers teaching us in very unique ways, in their own perspectives, and as we get to see different teachers teach us, we get to see different approaches in how to learn Korean in a more exciting way that keeps us entertained, and at the same time it keeps us learning new things in Korean language. So that's, I believe, is a very important element whenever a class is held, to keep the students engaged in every single lesson, every single day. And also with all of the other students also engaging in it, we get to have a very fun time every time there's a Korean class. So I feel that that is something to cherish and that is something to remember for the future.
안녕하세요. 저는 샤미입니다. 지금 APU 대학교 학생입니다. APU에서 한국어를 공부해요. 우리는 선생님은 배명숙 선생님과 교원 선생님 만나서 반갑습니다. 네, 의사소통이도 좋아요. 와 한국 친구를 만날 수 있어요. That means for the first point is like yes, I will recommend the Korean language to public because it will make us easier to communicate with people. Especially it's like when you planning to travel to Korean, you will feel more confidence to interact with the locals there since you know some basic in Korean language, and you wouldn't be afraid of like lost in there and don't know what to do in there because you have some basic skills about communicating with Korean. And also the things is you have more courage to make friends with Korean people, since Korean people when they know that you have some basic Korean language, they will feel more at ease to interact with you so that they know we can understand them.
Tiara Songsenim always give us the best explanations on every details, and Park Songsenim always use the flashcards to help us to memorize the vocabularies well. And that one time, Park Songsenim held a flea market for us so that we can speak in Korean confidently. That flea market helped us to memorize the vocabulary even better. So I am very grateful to have them as my teachers, and I hope that they can help the other students to learn Korean even better.
Okay, first of all, for Bemasok Son Senim, she is a very kind and helpful person. She taught us calmly in a professional way. When we say that she's teaching too fast, she will slow down for us to catch up with her way of teaching. And she's also a very loving and caring person. And then for Kiwan Senim, he is a very energetic and fun person. His class is always full of games and singing and would never be boring. Of course, when we are learning, we can learn well because we can focus in the class because his class is so much fun to be attended. And also, he is a very creative person who will always ask for a creative way of answering a question.
안녕하세요. 저는 다니아입니다. If you know that you're gonna learn Korean language, don't be scared or nervous. If you don't know Korean language initially, that's okay. We have tons of great teachers here that will help you to master the basic Korean language. So this is a very good opportunity and please don't waste it.
If you know that you are going to take on Korean language program or Korean language class, then you actually need to have a heads up of what you are going to learn soon. Thus, you can do this by actually self-learning by using any app available on App Store or Play Store, or you can actually look towards the grammars or anything so that you actually know something before you start the lesson.